think of Tesla because of the way it has dominated the EV or electric vehicle market for the last few years. Ever since then, companies like Porsche, Audi, and some other established automakers have been trying to give Tesla some competition, but the most unexpected contender to make Tesla quiver with fear could be the newbie Lucid Motors. Let's take a look at how. So what is Lucid Motors? Years ago, when model manager Dave Morris was working for Tesla's CEO Elon Musk, he needed the help of his friend while working on the prototype for a new electric car. So he decides to ring engineer Peter Rawling up in 2009 and eventually convince him to work at Tesla with him. That's where the two developed what later became the most successful electric sedan to date, the Model S. Yep, that's right. The CEO and Chief Technology Officer at Lucid Motors used to work at Tesla and helped to develop the Model S version. While talking about his time back when he was working for Musk in 2009, he said after his first few days at the company, on the Friday of his first week to be precise, he had a meeting with Musk where the fiery Tesla chief asked him what he thought of the Model S. Elon says, "How bad is it?" I say, "Look, you're going to have to cancel it." Rawlinson recalls. He says, "What? It's that bad?" "It really is," I say. After that, Rawlinson ended up having to completely reconfigure that first Tesla prototype and then some. Only after this was the production model able to debut in 2012. Even 11 years after he first joined Tesla, Rawlinson still boasts about the fact that his name is on more than 70 patents associated with the car to this day.
Elon Musk calling out Peter Rawlinson, where he said Rawlinson was a never chief engineer. He arrived after Model S prototype was made, left before things got tough, and was only ever responsible for body engineering, not powertrain, battery, software, production, or design. So that is a pretty big statement to make right there. You're essentially stating that, Rawlinson is pretty much a liar. You're stating that he was never chief engineer of Tesla. Peter Rawlinson's LinkedIn page, we can see it says CEO and CTO at Lucid Motors. So of course that's at Lucid. And then if we go over to Tesla Motors, which is his prior experience from 2009 to 2012, so he worked there for 3 years, it says Vice President and Chief Engineer for Model S. So, clearly somebody either is lying, somebody's hiding the truth in this situation here. On one hand, we have Elon Musk stating that Peter Rawlinson was not the chief engineer, but we have basically this Tesla web archive, and it says Peter Rawlinson, Vice President and Chief Engineer for Vehicle Engineering. So, Tesla's own website and their archive, could not hide the fact that, yes, Peter Rawlinson was indeed not only the VP, but he was also the Chief Engineer. Along with that, there's a whole bunch of other web archives that you can find on the Tesla website. For example, we have this one, which was posted on January 11, 2011, and it says, Tesla Chief Engineer Peter Rawlinson geeks out with us about the Model S design. So again, another Tesla web archive, clearly stating that Peter Rawlinson was Tesla's chief engineer. Then we have this other article, April 20th, 2010, and it says Tesla Motors announces senior engineering and manufacturing executives. As a matter of fact, if we were to take a look, Peter Rawlinson has even mentioned it in the past, where he's had to help out Elon/Tesla before, and he wrote, or he was stated in this interview as saying, Elon reached out to me and said, "Look, I've got a bloody disaster on my hands. Will you come and join us?" Peter Rawlinson said he joined the company, he checked out where they were at. I remember it vividly. After the first few days at Tesla, I went to see Elon at SpaceX on a Friday, and he asked me, "What do you think?" I said, "Elon, it's a disaster. You're going to have to start again." He said everything. I said, "Yes, look, I know how to do this. Let me design Model S from scratch." Elon asked, "What, you mean nothing can be saved?" I said, "If you want the best car, then trust me, it's from scratch." Now, that's actually one line that I want to say for the end, but moving forwards, he says, I thought, well, Elon is probably going to fire me now, but he didn't. He said to do it, and he meant it. So clearly, even, somebody like Elon Musk is respecting the expertise and the opinion of Peter Rawlinson. And Peter stated he actually trusted me and empowered me to do it, and we did do it. And this is Lucid Motors CEO and CTO Peter Rawlinson on how he was tasked by Elon Musk to engineer the Tesla Model S. Now, one of the things that we can actually take away from this line is, kind of the perfectionist, I guess you could say, that Peter Rawlinson is, in terms of the fact that he wants to make sure that every little thing is fine. He's talking about literally in order to make the best car, he had to start all over again from scratch. And for those of you who may not know, but, Lucid did delay the production of their vehicle, or rather the delivery as well, up until the second half of 2021. And again, many of course were outraged by this, but it just shows you kind of the perfectionist nature of Peter Rawlinson.
Rawlinson's favorite topic? Car racing. When Lucid was formerly known as Ativa, it designed, developed, manufactured, and even supplied high-density battery packs for all the Formula E racing teams. The company was founded as Altiva in 2007 and changed its name to Lucid in 2016. So now that we know Tesla and Lucid have their charismatic leaders in common, it's time to explore other parts of Lucid Motors that could enable them to reach the same success that Tesla has. Lucid's Beverly Hills location is designed like a mini-mall, with sleek couches and coffee tables for group gatherings to women dressed in black cocktail dresses carrying trays with bottled water and cups of espresso. If you look at another corner of the showroom, you'll find a virtual reality simulator equipped with 4 car seats and a front screen that can change backgrounds ranging from San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge to the Pacific Ocean, so that potential customers can easily visualize the preferred colors for the interior seats and trim. Lucid also plans on opening 9 showrooms like such nationwide, mostly in New York, California, and Florida. Now, let's talk about electric cars and how a Lucid Air compares to the Tesla's Model S. Electric cars do well when compared with a combustion counterpart if both the models are similar enough. This is because the power and efficiency are invariably better. The Air's exterior design certainly lacks the elegance that the S-Class has. How the Air feels to drive as compared to the S-Class remains untested until test drives begin happening until the second quarter of 2021. The 4-door Air makes 1,080 horsepower and has a driving range of 517 miles under perfect conditions, while the Model S claims only 503 horsepower and 348 miles in its highest variants. The Air can also reach 60 miles an hour in less than 2.5 seconds, nearly the same as the US $3 million Bugatti Chiron. According to a Lucid spokesperson, the car's 9.9-second quarter-mile time is good enough for it to qualify as the world's quickest 4-door electric vehicle. This extreme horsepower comes from dual electric drive units, one on the front and one on the rear, which each make up to 650 horsepower. When talking about the interior, the Air has a slim dashboard devoid of buttons and knobs, a center console that looks like it's hanging suspended from its station point between the front seats, and a glass panoramic roof that swoops from the top of the car's hood to the stunted rear. There is a 280-liter space in the front portion where the engine would normally sit. This is known as the trunk, the largest ever offered in an electric car. The car also has 739 liters of luggage space, beating many other conventional sedans as well. Lucid partnered with the Electrify America charging network in the US for all its charging needs. The Air will be able to add 300 miles in 20 minutes using a station's 350 kilowatt charging capacity. Once they actually make the vehicle, that is. Rawlinson knows as well as anyone that he will have to start producing someone more than showrooms if he wants his project to have any sort of staying power. Otherwise, he will have nothing to show for when challenging Tesla. Being well aware of how the world works, and more specifically, how the auto world works, Rawlinson said, "Words are cheap. All of this sounds like crap. We are nothing until we have got anything into production." So if Rawlinson does produce the Air he's talking about, then there's a fair chance that it could end up beating Tesla in the EV race. And that's a wrap on Lucid Motors. Here's why Tesla should fear Lucid Air. So what do you think about the relevant question in the video? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. We'll see you in the next one.